If a relationship has crossed the line into chaos and disrespect, I'll show you why walking away is not giving up. In fact, it's likely the most powerful way to take back control. When you've been patient, you've been clear about your boundaries, and you've been consistent with your expectations, and she still dismisses them, staying is not strength. It's not patience. It's surrendering control of your outcomes. Control theory teaches us that by removing yourself from the dynamic, you reclaim authority over your emotional state, your time, your resources, and your very livelihood. So walking away forces her to face the consequences that she's been avoiding, and it resets the balance in a way that no amount of talking ever could. In this video, you'll see how to identify the moment it's time to stop negotiating, and the psychology behind why walking away works, and the steps to make that exit without second-guessing yourself. For those of you that are new here, I'm Todd, and thanks for stopping by. I'm a researcher and a psychologist who supports men in dating and relationships. And I want to quickly share some insight from chapter 14 of my upcoming book, Rules of Engagement, about why walking away from women, relationships entirely, is not quitting. It's a reset. I hope that my content earns your subscription, so let's dive into control theory as it relates to ending relationships. Although aspects of control theory have been around since the 1800s, the pinnacle work of psychologist Julian Rotter in the 1960s examined the concept of locus of control. It's the belief about where control over one's life events come from. In this context, men with a strong internal locus of control believe that their own decisions and actions directly shape their outcomes, whereas those with an external locus of control tend to believe that outcomes are determined by outside forces. Maybe it's luck, or most likely the will or actions of other people. In the past 60 years, research on control theory has shown that people with an internal locus of control display stronger decision-making abilities. They also have increased emotional stability, higher resilience, increased self-respect, and they express better leadership. In relationships, an external locus can be devastating because it places your well-being and decisions in someone else's hands. Men who lead, whether it's their families, their workplaces, or their own personal lives, do so by making decisions that are rooted in principle rather than reacting to external influences. As such, when men stay in a relationship in which boundaries are repeatedly ignored, they're operating from that external position. They're waiting for her to change, for her to respect the expectation, or for the situation to somehow magically improve on its own. Knowing when to walk and making that decision is how you shift from those external influences back to an internal locus of control. And it's about reclaiming agency over what happens in your life. Hundreds of studies support that exercising internal control by disengaging from a losing battle, even if that means walking away entirely, is not weakness. When you make those decisions that are not based on women's responses or emotions, you're protecting your own emotional sovereignty, and you're communicating that your well-being is what's most important to you. The point I want to make is that sometimes it's time to walk away, whether it's after 2 weeks or 2 years. With the expectation that she's already well informed of your expectations, if she has continued the same unacceptable behaviors, it's time to follow through without hesitation. Say to her, "I told you that this would happen next time," and simply walk away. Gentlemen, leaving women who do not align with you as a way to maintain or regain your control of your life doesn't mean that you've lost or that you've quit. It means that you've stopped letting someone else set the terms, conditions, and direction for your life. Yes, ending a relationship will be emotionally challenged for several weeks or even months. But the moment you take control and make that decision, you get back your stronger decision-making abilities, your resilience, your self-respect, and your capacity for leadership. But tell me what you think in a comment. I'm really interested in your experience with walking away, whether it was temporary or final, and how it affected your sense of control. If Rules of Engagement would be a good addition for your library, you can reserve a copy at rowpress.com. You can also find more resources and my social contacts in the video description. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.